Hello, viewers. Today I'm very happy to welcome back on this channel a frequent visitor to this channel who has been missing in action since 11th September 2024, Dr. Pritha Ghosh. Hello, Dr. Pritha Ghosh. Could you please explain why you have been missing since September
Hello.
2024?
Hi. Yes, I was busy with my GMC registration and some family issues. That's all.
So, long term viewers of this channel would recognize Dr. Pritha Ghosh, but for those who are joining recently, a brief introduction. Dr. Pritha Ghosh is a renowned ENT specialist. She has passed MRCS ENT in May 2024. Subsequently, she also passed occupational English test, which is an English language proficiency test, which is important to prove that you can communicate effectively in English in order to secure a job in the NHS. All of her videos with me have been watched by lots of people, especially her practice with Puspen English video is one of the most popular videos on my channel, and I would definitely urge you to check that out. So in September 2024, Dr. Pritha Ghosh, in her last collaboration with me, discussed how to pass occupational English test. And after that, I believe the subsequent steps were verifying the documents with EPIC and then applying for GMC registration. So if you could relate your journey through the EPIC verification process and the GMC registration process, I think viewers will be benefited greatly.
Yes, so once I got my OET results, then I proceeded with the EPIC verification where a foreign, it's like a foreign, what do you call that?
First, let's talk about why EPIC verification is necessary.
It is necessary because because we are in India, so they actually will credentiate, or they will actually go through our primary medical qualification and validate it, saying that it is equivalent to the standard of either UK or America or Australia, wherever, anywhere apart from India you're applying. So that is a process that you have to go through so that your documents for your primary medical qualification is credentiated.
So the primary medical qualification is the MBBS degree certificate, and I
Yes.
believe for if you have passed MRCS, then the MRCS confirmation letter, the membership confirmation letter, also needs to be verified. This I believe is an
Yes.
American company. And how do
Yes.
you verify how is the verification done? Do you have to travel to America?
No, it is very simple. You just have to open an account. It's like opening an email account, and then you have to upload your document, which is mostly your passport, and then you have to upload your primary medical qualification, which is your MBBS degree certificate from whichever college you have received, and your if you have passed your PLAB, or if you have passed your MRCS exam or MRCP, that certificate or the letter from the Royal College has to be uploaded, and then you have to wait for them. You can see the status of your documents, and you have to wait for them till you get a green signal saying that yes, your documents are verified.
So did you find this process complicated?
No, the process was not complicated, but I had not received my MRCS certificate, the one letter confirming that I am a member of the Royal College. And it took me about 2.5 months to get a reply back from Royal College. So that's the place where there was a huge gap why my EPIC took so long. Otherwise, the process is not very harassing, I would say.
And how did you familiarize yourself with how to apply for EPIC verification?
Your videos were there to help. And yes, I constantly bombarded you every time, calling you and asking you what to do and all. So yeah, thank you for that as well.
Much appreciated. And I believe there was some problem regarding double payment with the Royal College of Surgeons.
Yes, that is the reason why my certificate was not. They could not mail me my confirmation membership. There was some. I had already paid them for the annual fees that is required for the membership with the Royal College, but there was some technical glitch from their side, so I was asked to pay again. So once I did that payment, I got a confirmation from their side, and I also texted them or mailed them saying that I wanted a refund, and they did that. So in that process, it was very quick, but just because I did not know, or they did not know that I had already done a payment, because of that miscommunication, I was not getting my membership certificate. So I kept mailing them, but I didn't get a response. Then I again did a payment, and then they confirmed. So because of that miscommunication, it took about 2.5 months to receive that, and my Epic was on hold for that time after getting my primary medical qualification done, like verified.
Right. So once the EPIC verification was done, the next step was registration with the General Medical Council, which is a mandatory step before you can apply
Yes.
for jobs in the NHS. So please tell us about your GMC registration experience.
Well, it is not, I would say it was very hectic for me, but people who have their papers in right order, it's like very easy, it's easy breezy. But for me, it was very hectic because I have traveled through a lot of states in India during my career as a doctor and during my education. So I had multiple Indian state medical council registration, due to which I had to apply at various states for different kind of certificates. So that took a lot of time for me. And also, since I was registered with a lot of different states, I had to get a gen form, which is required for people who are working in a particular state for a very long time, but they have multiple registration with other states. So they want you to get, it's like a character certificate or an employer, like a character certificate basically, which the employer has to give towards the employee during the tenure they have worked. So I worked at like 3 places during these last 5 years, and I had to run around to get these forms filled up. And they had actually, these forms are not only to be filled up by the employer, it has to be sent from their end, not from the person who is registering. So that is again very hectic, because you have to keep nagging the people in HR that please send the form, please mail it. And then if they don't do it correctly, then the GMC keeps bombarding you with other questions. So it took me about 1.5 months to run around, get all the forms in order, and finally I've got my GMC. So it was very hectic for me.
This form is called Gen 1 form, I believe.
Yes, yes, yes.
And where did you find this form? Is it supplied by the GMC themselves?
Yes, yes, it's available online. Plus, once they raise a query regarding your employment period, they send you a link in your mail. So once you click that link, you can download the form. That's pretty easy.
So the Gen 1 form is only required to be filled if there is a period of work that you have done without registration, or there is a period
Yes.
of non-medical work that you've done in the last 5 years. In your case, it was because of working in different states and your registration was not ready immediately upon starting work. Is that the reason?
Yes. Yes, that was the reason, right?
So recently I got a comment on one of my videos about, I believe, certificate of good standing, and I would like to know your thoughts about this also. So this comment said that there is a person from Nepal, nationality is Nepal. This person did their training in Pakistan, I believe, for 5 years, and now they require some sort of certificate of good standing from Pakistan Medical Council, but Pakistan Medical Council, for reasons best known to them, are not issuing that certificate. This guy is a guy or girl, I don't know. This person is in Nepal and is not getting the required certificate from Pakistan Medical Council. So they asked me for help. I said that they should share their correspondence with GMC, whatever correspondence they're having with Pakistan Medical Council, and maybe GMC would be able to help them in telling them what more they can do about it. Do you want to add something to it?
No, I think yes. I had some issue with my medical college where I did my training. So when I went there and took the form to them, and they were like, we need a direct mail from GMC. So then I had to mail GMC again, saying that the principal or the dean of that college has requested a direct mail to their from their side to them. So once I asked them, they were very, I think they are very accommodating, or what do you say, they are very helpful in that case. So the moment they received my email, in a day or two they did send a mail to Arjikar, and then I think that's how you can do it. If GMC can prompt, it's good, but I think you also have to prompt your employer saying that there is a mail from GMC. Please have a look at it. Otherwise, just sending a mail from GMC is not going to help, I think.
So, GMC, you're saying, is very helpful in this regard.
Yes, yes. They always help you out. If you have any query, every time I had a problem, I emailed them back, and they were, as soon as they could, they replied with whatever help they could.
So you passed MRCS ENT in May of 2024, and this is January of 2025 when we were recording this video. Now you are registered with the General Medical Council, full registration with a license to practice in approved practice settings. I believe you will also receive an email where you'll be shown a welcome to UK workshop thing.
Yeah,
And
I have
then
received.
you have already received
And
that. Okay.
yeah, and I have booked a time for the 27th of January, so that's when I'll be having this meeting with them.
Right. And after that, or even before that, you can start applying for jobs in the NHS. So, what's the next step for you?
I don't know. I think this GMC registration was pretty hectic for me, so I'm just taking some time off and just enjoying the fact that I've got GMC registration and still thinking through what to do.
Yeah, so as of recording this video, you and I, we both have registration in two different sovereign countries, one in the India and one in the United Kingdom. It
Right.
cost me around 433 British pounds to register with GMC. Has the cost increased?
Yes, it is increased by 20 pounds. I think it's increased. How much did you say? 433.
433.
For me,
433.
they charged me around 445. So
Okay.
yeah, around.
So that is inflation at play. I don't know if you've got the chance to check out my recent videos on this channel. There was a video that I made recently with a couple of videos with Dr. Moinak Moitro. One talking about how to approach conferences, presentations during conferences, during post-graduation, and the other how to prepare for post-graduation exit exam, the MSc exam. He listed a laundry list of books. So what was your experience of working with Dr. Moinak Moitro, and did you really study that much?
Yeah, well, to be honest, Moinak was my Dr. Moinak Moitro. Moinak was my co-PGT, my colleague, and we were in the same unit while we were doing a masters in ENT. So master of surgery in ENT. So yes, he is a very studious guy. I would say he loves to study more. He did study more than any of us in our batch. So that was a good thing, I think, because during our exams, we actually paired up and we studied together with one more of a colleague who was there. So he actually made us read a lot of books and make answers and used to go through a lot of difficult questions that might come. So I think, yes, having a partner like that and having a study partner like that is good in a way because you get to know a lot of things and you're prepared for the worst that might come in the exam.
Did you feel overwhelmed by the number of books he was studying, reading?
Yeah, maybe it was a bit overwhelming because I think he really loves studying. So,
Or in other words, did you read as much as he did? Did you read that many books?
no, we did have to read not all of them, but yeah, a few of them that we did read a few of them. And we usually used to divide our work on working the number of questions. So while preparing those answers, we all had to go through those books. So in a way, that is actually genuine that we have to go through all that. But I think smart study is very important here.
Yes, that is something that Dr. Moinak also highlighted, that he studied more, and there are many postgraduates who study less and are also able to grasp the topic or the topics very easily. Some of my postgraduates, when they found out about the number of books he has read, they found it almost impossible to continue with post-graduation. So I had to reassure them that not everyone has studied as much as Dr. Moinak, but of course, what he has illustrated is the best way to prepare for MSc. Okay, so NHS job applications, the next step in your journey to the UK, and any tips for people who may be thinking about starting the MRCS process and find it very daunting. There are people who ask me who have not even appeared in MRCS Part A that it's such a complicated process, long process. What advice do you have for those people?
Genuinely, I would say that any process they go through is going to be long and tiring and hard. Nothing is easy. So, if they are planning to go through this process, I think they should stick to one process rather than jumping from one exam to another. And I think if they are doing their post graduation and they have given their NEET exam, there's no, I don't think they should be worried about passing MRCS part A, the theory part that I'm talking about, the multiple choice question. So I don't think they should be worried about that because what I had given the exam, I feel that it is a bit easier than the NEET PG what Indian doctors give to get into post graduation. So I think if they are planning to do that, and they should actually move forward with it, and it is going to be long and tedious. Even people who are giving NEET PG have to study for a year or so and give the NEET PG exam. But MRCS exam, you can sit and study for 3 months and clear the exam, I feel. There are people who have done it in 1 month also, for example, you. But then there are people who take 6 months. So, yes, it is possible to
The thing
clear
is
the
that
exam.
you and I, we both passed MRCS well into our 90s, so we are quite old. But what do you think is the ideal age and stage to appear in MRCS Part A? And what is the ideal age and stage to appear in MRCS second part, especially ENT? Although the ENT exam will be discontinued February onwards,
Yes,
February
I was just coming to that point.
2026 onwards. But
Yeah, so people who are actually planning to give MRCS, especially MRCS ENT, I think they should hurry up a bit because by Feb 2026, the MRCS ENT, the OSCE part is going to be discontinued. So I think still they still have a lot of time in hand to prepare for part A and for ENT OSCE. And if you talk about the right time, to be honest, there is no right time. I think the best time would be if somebody is doing their PG in a particular subject. It may be like your surgery or ENT. So the first and second year of your post graduation is a bit less hectic than your third year. So I think that would be ideally the best time. But you can give it any time, I think.
right. So there is a very commonly asked question that I encounter in the comment section. This is whenever I say that MRCS Part A and MRCS ENT can be cleared by anyone who has an MBBS degree. The common question that I have to encounter is postgraduate experience or clinical experience in ENT or general surgery required for the second part of the exam, the OSCE pattern exam? What do you say? Is it possible to pass the OSCE pattern without clinical experience or post-graduation experience?
Well, it is possible to pass that exam, but I think if you are a postgraduate trainee or you have passed your post graduation in India or anywhere else, I think that comes in handy because you know the skills which comes in the OSCE. So that comes in handy and is a plus point. But even if you do not have that, I think people do pass OSCE ENT or OSCE Part B easily. There are people, I had a lot of people in my group while I was studying for OSCE ENT who have not done their ENT anywhere. I mean, they're just there, just MBBS fresh pass out people are doing that. So I think that's possible very much.
Right. And did you take any coaching for MRCS Part A and MRCS ENT OSCE?
Yeah. For Part A, I took Sala courses, and for Part B, I took Don's master course. I mean, for the ENT OSCE.
Yes. So the Sala is MRC Sala, SALAH, and Don's master
Yes.
course is Dr. Osama Salim. How did you find out about these courses?
The Sala was, I got to know them from you. My Wikipedia, Dr. Puspen Dasgupta.
Thank you so much. Thank you. And do you feel I ever misled you in any regard?
No, I don't think so. You, when we were doing practice with Pushpen, you were very hard on me, I'm telling you. Like your exam was much easier than that, but okay, but you used to, like, you actually freaked me out. I
Right.
don't know, how do you score your students? You're a pro Bengal, then I wonder what do your students get when you score them on their papers? Do they actually pass the exam?
See, one of my principles is not to have my students on the YouTube channel, but maybe someday when they pass and they become successful doctors, I'll have them and they'll answer this question themselves. They are the best they are the best position to answer this question. I don't want to answer it for them, but we'll see. One of my students recently won a gold medal in a contest
Wow.
where I never won anything. This is the KK Ghosh Memorial Award where she won the gold medal. And despite my best effort, she has refused to come on this channel and acknowledge that. But let's see. That's the image I have, where people are so scared that they don't want to face me even on Zoom. But I don't think they'll be quite successful in their lives, at least more than me.
Great.
Okay, so thank you for joining me here, Dr. Preetha, and I think the next time we will talk about this is when we discuss how to apply for NHS jobs and your successful achievement of getting a job in the NHS.
That might be in next 100 years.
No, let's be optimistic. Okay, thank you so much. Bye bye, take care.